everyone, I'm Michelle Anderson, the Public Affairs Specialist here at El Paso Animal Services. Thank you for watching this month's Pawcast. Coming up in this episode, we'll give you a behind-the-scenes look at all the changes going on here at the shelter. Also coming up, we'll interview some of our animal care officers to see why they put on their walking shoes and hit the streets recently. And finally, this year we've dedicated ourselves to increasing the health and wellness of El Paso pets. Find out how later on in the show. Well, let's get started by taking a look at our live release rate for the month of February. Last month, Animal Services reached a live release rate of 77.49%. If you're not familiar with our recent reform efforts, last year the City of El Paso committed to revamp shelter operations and initiatives in an effort to increase the live release rate. A goal has been set, and we are committed to have an average live release rate of 90% or higher by the end of 2020. It's an exciting time here at Animal Services, and that's because we are now at the point in our shelter reform plan where we're able to be making some facility upgrades. If you have visited us recently, you probably noticed that the shelter is undergoing a few upgrades. This is because we're working to not only improve our shelter for the community, but also for our shelter pets too. This past December, we started our first construction project on our Sally Port, where animals are initially dropped off by our animal care officers. The construction project added a partition wall in order to keep the temperature comfortable for our shelter pets and also reduce some of the noise from the trucks. It'll also allow us to better separate the pets that initially come in so they can be vaccinated before going into our general area. Our second construction project is the expansion of our lobby so we can create a better customer experience for those visiting us at the shelter. Construction is scheduled to be completed in April, but in the meantime, we appreciate everyone's patience while we undergo our construction and encourage everyone to utilize our side entrance until then. For any questions or for assistance, feel free to call us at 915-212-PAWS, 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Our animal care officers of our Field Operations Division have laced up their walking shoes and are hitting the streets, but for a lot more than just rescuing stray animals and enforcing city codes. They've been going door to door to help educate the community on El Paso animal care.
They're benefiting a lot right now at this time is when we're letting them know that Animal Services is offering the low vaccines on Wednesdays. We also have the low spay and neuters. It's a great opportunity for us to be out in the community in a situation where we're not just giving citations, but rather sharing the valuable information that we have that will benefit the citizens. And overall, we're just very fortunate to have this opportunity.
We're doing much more than just increasing the live release rate here at Animal Services. This year, we've dedicated ourselves to helping improve the overall health and wellness for all El Paso pets, and we're doing just that. If you've been following us on social media, you know that in 2016, we were hosting low-cost vaccination, microchip, and registration clinics once a month, where hundreds of pets and their pet parents would line up before dawn in order to stay updated on yearly shots for a discounted price. But many were still unable to take advantage of this opportunity, so we changed up the way that we run our low-cost clinics in order to serve more pets. As of February, our low-cost clinics are now held every Wednesday from 1 to 5 p.m., where the community can get their pets vaccinated for rabies and distemper parvo, microchipped and registered for the same low price of only $24. To schedule your appointment, simply call us at 915-212-PAWS. On top of vaccinating and microchipping, we're also encouraging the community to get their pets spayed and neutered, and you can do just that for a discounted rate at our Socorro clinic. It's been long awaited, but we're reopening our Socorro Spay and Neuter clinic to the public once again beginning March 15th. And it will now be open 4 days a week. Not only does spaying and neutering your pet decrease pet overpopulation in El Paso, but it also increases your pet's chance at living a long and healthy life. The clinic will be open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and you can have your cat altered for only $25 and your dog for $50. To schedule your appointment, call us at 915-212-0299. And speaking of spay and neutering, the Animal Shelter Advisory Committee would like to encourage you to beat the spring fling. ASAC board members have teamed up with several veterinary clinics around El Paso to offer discounted spay and neuter surgeries. These surgeries will be available during the months of March and April in order to help reduce unwanted litters and reduce the overpopulation in local shelters during the summer months. For questions, contact ASAC board member Barbara Candelaria at barbara.candelaria@yahoo.com. And finally, we want to end by congratulating our operations manager, Hugo Navarro, for over 25 years of service to the Department of Animal Services. Mr. Navarro started working for Animal Services in 1991 as an animal care attendant. This is around the time the shelter began transitioning from a rabies control center to the Department of Animal Services. He became the first and only expert animal cruelty investigator in El Paso in 2005 and has been a key influencer in making the Department of Animal Services what it is today. By working with both the shelter and field operations, Mr. Navarro is always willing to step in and lend a helping hand. Thank you, Hugo Navarro, for all your hard work and dedication to see that Animal Services progresses toward a brighter future. Well, that's all we have for you in this month's podcast. As always, I'd like to thank you for being a friend and a partner to El Paso Animal Services. I'm so excited. A goal has been set, and we are committed to. If you visit us, I messed up this thing. Hold on, it went back to the beginning. My bad. They've been going door to door to help educate the community on El Paso animal care. If you've been following us on social media, you know that in 2016, as of February, our low-cost clinics were. On top of vaccinating and microchipping, we're also encouraging the community to get their pets spayed and neutered, and you can do just that for a discounted rate at our Socorro clinic. Boom!